What's poppin'? So, you know how I talked about how downhill CW has gotten? Well, I also mentioned the only saving grace that the CW has to offer right now, and that is Superman and Lois. If you haven't seen it yet, I would highly recommend it, as it is so far put together a brilliant Superman story, and it's not really something that's been put on screen before, or been tried to portray. Sure, we've had fathers training their sons before, but not like this. And I think the thing about this show that's so strange and unique is the humanity of the show. Mostly it talks about how it has a major flaw that it explores throughout season 1 that is a serious problem nowadays. No, it's not political and it's not trying to make a huge stance, but it's about our culture and internet life reflecting this simple one fatal flaw, and that concept is guilty until proven innocent. A horrible, horrible mindset people have started to think like recently. This has been presented into many things that I'm not going to talk about because I like my channel and I don't want it to go away, so I won't go over the things that happen IRL, but I will go over the things that is represented in the show. Before we start, 7% of you haven't subscribed, so I would definitely appreciate it if you hit that red button down below, and also the like button. That would let me know if you want more videos like this one, and you, my friends, are some real homies. Now, back on topic. Superman and Lois uses the theme guilty until proven innocent, which is super backwards, right? I mean, it's supposed to be the other way around, but in reality, and today, it is valid in the minds of the people. It also tells the story in a way only Superman could. Let's explore the first side of the coin and how these actions affect everything else in the show. Let's meet Morgan Edge, a man sent from Krypton to take over the Earth and to start new Krypton and to save his people, but the only way he can do so is destroy humanity. So he poses as an entrepreneur and a rich billionaire man, so he can sneak under everyone's noses. Everyone's except Lois. She sets out to expose the truth about Edge, but for different reasons, which is the test subjects that have disappeared to serve in Edge's experiments to save Krypton. But nobody knew that it was for Krypton yet. It was just that people were going missing and nobody knew where they were. At some point, he gets outed because, he's the bad guy and the military wants to lock him up. In the eyes of Lois Lane, he's guilty, and good for her that she ended up being right. Now it's time to go over the other side of the coin. Like I said, the military wants Morgan Edge, but not the people. The people don't blame Morgan Edge, they blame somebody else. Enter the Cushing family. Lana Lane Cushing, a Clark's childhood best friend, her husband Kyle, and their daughter Sarah. Kyle and Lana supported Edge because they thought that, he was a good guy even though he wasn't. In this way, Lois's plan backfires because, again, the military may blame Edge, but the people of Smallville Metropolis blame the Cushings. They're given the cold shoulder, Kyle was fired from his job as a firefighter, Lana lost all of her closest friends except Clark. It was mocked by the mayor in front of an entire school. Sarah was bullied at school to the point of almost breaking in episode 15, about ready to fight anyone that got in her way. They even found their house vandalized and trashed while they were out on the town, which caused them to seriously consider leaving Smallville and thus the show. We know that they are innocent, but the town doesn't, and really, do they care? They just wanted somebody to blame, so the Cushings fit that mold. Everything ends up being fine in the end of the day when Kyle saves an old lady, but my point is still made here. This is even shown when Zod possesses Clark for an episode. The public almost immediately turns on Superman. You also see this with John Irons. All he wants to do is kill this world's version of Superman, even though this is a completely different version and not the evil one John is familiar with. I mean, his reasons are more valid because, his entire world died to Superman, but there's still some consideration here. Again, he didn't think anything different of it, and nor did he care. Everything is fine in the end, once again, but it shouldn't have to be like this. Their narrative has changed over the years, and it needs to be put back the way it was. And all the evidence you need is to look at John Henry Irons, the Cushings, Superman, Morgan Edge, etc. We need to take what we have learned from the show and put it to reality. Yes, it is fiction, but even fiction has some truth and merit to it. An example of this being Dr. Seuss books. Yes, they are fictional cartoon books for children, but they are already have a lesson to learn in the end, which is what we need to do more with TV and movies. Overall, it is just a good way to take this whole experience. Anyways, what do you guys think about this take on Superman and Lois? Tell me your experiences with this with messages and entertainment in general down in the comments below. If you didn't know already, I'll be joining Nick over on Lower Standards Production to be joining his podcast for episode 3. He's already released 2 episodes, you can go ahead and watch them now, but I will be appearing on his 3rd. Also, make sure to give him a subscriber too. Thank you for tuning in this week. That's all I have for today. Until next time, friends.